All right. Well, episode 3 of the Zoo Crew Redo podcast.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
You like ZCR real quick? That may be the abbreviation.
And then we sign off every night like this?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Right? Remember that?
Yeah. I mean, why not? No, I don't.
ZZ Top. Remember the one day you got lit and it.
See, I was thinking more MCR, My Chemical Romance.
I was thinking more of ZZ Top, classic American rock and roll.
He's a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. All right, we're here. Hello. We're at Southside Pizza.
So is this live or we already
live?
live?
Yeah, see the people? They're talking.
Why is this
We've got a table right there. They're trying to say hello.
Yeah, they're listeners. Are you guys watching yet?
Everybody again.
Hey, they're watching.
Yeah, they're watching. If
all
you
three
see
of the
a
watches
hand
right now
come in from that direction.
Yeah.
So, anyway, how are you? Scotty was sick, so that's why the last one didn't go down. Are you better?
I am better. I'm on drugs.
Right.
But let's talk about my health.
Prescription?
No, I'm actually on prescription.
Okay. Good.
Like a amoxicillin, which I was a little upset. Can I just thank you for bringing that up?
Please.
Thank you for bringing. Do you realize when you have a little kid? We'll ask you guys all had little children and stuff, right? And whenever they got an earache or the sore throat, they gave them amoxicillin. It came in a jug of pink bubble gum taste and stuff.
Sure.
I want that. I'm on amoxicillin.
What did they give you?
It's just a horse pill. It's a horse pill about this big, and you swallow with a gallon of water just to get it down. I want the pink stuff.
You got a small throat's what you're telling me?
No.
Tiny little throat, can't handle the pill? The big.
Yeah, that was a David Allan Coe song. That was a David Allan Coe song.
Right,
We will
sure,
leave it alone.
sure.
Yeah.
You didn't get a Z-Pack?
No, I
They
didn't
give
get
everybody a
Z-Pack.
Z-Pack now. It's like the 5-day deal?
No. That was like 10 years ago they gave Z-Packs. And then everybody started having Z-Packs, and now all of a sudden,
so now we're back to
WX and Y all of a sudden.
See, I would know because I haven't had to have any antibiotics in a good 5 years.
You're the tough guy now.
Yeah.
You're the guy that drinks bourbon with candy in it.
I just lay there until hopefully it takes me.
Yeah, please either heal me or kill me, right?
Please, yeah.
You get to an age where it's either heal me or just take me.
Well, let me ask you this. And I love my doctor. Don't get me wrong.
Dr. Benny Mubot.
Dr. Sheeler. No, Dr. Sheeler, awesome. She's a she.
Is she close?
She's
I
awesome.
need a doctor.
Yeah, she's right over there. But the problem is, I feel like it's the Seinfeld reservation thing. I made an appointment, and I get seen 90 minutes later. I don't think you get the point of the appointment.
Appointment.
And they
so
get
if
you.
she's
You know what
watching
I hate
this right now,
anymore?
she may
well,
drop
I still
you as a
love you.
client.
I love you. Well,
so
she doesn't see me anyway.
If
who
it's
cares?
a 3 o'clock appointment, you go in and you're there right before 3.
And you know what I don't like? What they do to you is they get like 3:55. If it's a 3:30 appointment at 3:55, they take you in the little room, and you think you're this close. You hear them shuffling. You hear the shuffling around in the hallway.
Little mice in the walls.
And you're like, I gotta be next, and then they're not. And then you hear like the Charlie Brown. All right, are we done? Good. That sounds like it. Come on in.
Like
nope.
you're next.
And then, yeah.
Sarah,
it drives me nuts.
The man cocktail is mine. Thank you. Appreciate
Anyway, so I'm glad you feel better. You had to miss a game. Have you ever missed a game?
Well, I did when I had it. No, not really. I think one other time in 28 years I've missed a game. I could have worked, but you know this. When you start doing radio and then games and radio, we had 5 games in 8 nights, and I did radio 6 days. And by the end of that I had zero throat.
I heard you. Yeah. It hurt listening to you as I drove in.
We talked, yeah.
It was brutal. So
yeah, and then it was when I didn't have to go to the game, so I left right after that radio show, went to the doctor. Listen, my doctor, the little clinic, walked in and finally I saw 2 hours. Mine was a 2-hour wait.
This is at King Soopers?
King Soopers Little Clinic. That's my doctor. And went and saw Sarah, who was an RN, I think. And she went in there and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you have a sinus infection and your throat's super, super raw. Here, I'm not going to give you the good pink stuff. I'm going to give you a big horse pill. And so I've been on that for like 5 days, 4 days now.
How many you got to go? Another week?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 days, yeah.
Well, that's why we were gone last week. And so, Merry Christmas to all.
And thanks for watching the show. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, goodbye. That was it. We just want to prove he was alive. You're about to go on a 10-game road trip.
10-day?
Okay, 10 days. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not baseball. Whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How many cities?
I have no idea. I can look at the schedule if that make you feel better.
No, I don't. Frankly, hey, let me be clear. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I am curious because I used to travel with the Broncos, as you all know.
Yep.
And I always thought, like, because the Broncos have had this funky schedule where they get like 4 of the first 5 or 7 at home, right? You know, you'd be home for the first half, and then like 2016 really stunk because that was when you had the LA, I guess it was 2017 where you had the 3-game road trip. They went LA, then KC, then Philly. Every week you're in a kind of different time zone. It screws you up. I mean, I don't know how you do this.
When I got sick
every week.
When I got sick, it was like one of those trips. We had a couple back-to-back games. We played 4 or 5 games on the East Coast. Flew in. I walked into my house at 3:39 in the morning, and I was up at 7 because I had to take my daughter to school that day. And after that, I was just like run down, and all of a sudden, boom, it hit me. So yeah, that's a hard part of what we do. You know, we used to, when you and I were doing the zoo together, you know, we started counting, and you do 5. And listen, we're not digging the ditches or saving America. Although
we love our jobs.
Although if people would listen to us, we might. But it was 5 hours, 5 days a week. You're talking for 4 hours, and then you say, "Oh, you got Saturday off." Well, no, we don't, because we get on a plane and we're flying to Buffalo for 4 hours, and then we're going to Buffalo. Oh, and now we lost 2 hours of the day, and then we get back into it. So it's not hard work. Don't feel sorry for us for that. It's real, and it's fun, but it wears on you. And there was times we would go. I've worked 31 of the last 32 days. I mean, we would put stuff like that in there.
So with the NBA though, how hard is that? I mean, and how much? Because what drives me nuts.
Let's be honest. The chicks on the road are making it a lot easier. And
his gal's right there.
Yeah,
she's not paying attention.
Yeah.
Or no, she is.
That's why I can get away with it.
No, she's mentally putting it on the checklist. You know how you do things when you were out and about, and you knew Dad was keeping track, even though he didn't say a word in the car, and then you got home, and all hell would be unleashed.
Yeah, but I know when she's picking her nose, she's not listening to anything you say. So. Oh,
that one landed.
Here's that one right there.
Anyway,
I got
you were saying.
No, listen, it's tough, and it gets on you. What the NBA doesn't realize, it's not the travel, because when I played, the travel was we were flying commercial. So you would play like tonight, for example. There's no flights out at 11 or 11:30 at night, although there was like midnight red eyes you would take from L.A. I remember leaving one time a red eye in L.A. All of a sudden, we get home at 6 a.m. on a commercial flight. We're at 6 a.m. in Atlanta getting home, and you're walking off going, you're a zombie for the next day and a half. But the travel is what it is, and they got people there now that they feed them right, and they eat right, and they drink water, and there's Pedialyte on some of the trips. I mean, they take care of it, but it's the mental grind. It's when your mind goes, and you know this as you get older. It's not the physical. I mean, you're tired right now, right?
Yeah,
sure. But are you really physically tired, or is your mind just going, I just need to shut down? That's why you say, hey, let's do a podcast. I'm mentally tired.
Sure.
Oh, perfect.
Hey, we'll show up here. let's see how long we can make it.
That's my skull.
But it's like, I mean, look, it's like you talk, and I wonder how it wears on the players. Everybody always, look, something. I could go a million directions with this. Something that you said to keep it kind of in the ring, because as you guys know, this is just mindless meanderings through a field is what this podcast is. But you said something.
Coming live from Southside Pizzeria right here in Littleton.
Come join us. We had some folks join us. Come say
a bunch of people,
when we're here, come see us. We just don't always know when we're here. But here's the thing. So the Avs got off a long East Coast road trip. They had a rough first game back. I can't remember who it was to. But it was to a team they should have beat, right? I can't remember right now, but it was one of the lesser teams in the conference.
Went Carolina, because they lost them too.
It might have been. The Nuggets show up, and every time the Nuggets have a tough first game at home, back from the road, I always think about how you had said, I think you'd said it on the broadcast. You can come over here, bud. You want to see? You'd said it on the broadcast where that first game back is always the hardest. Why is that for folks?
Hubie Brown told us that a million years ago, like my first year in the league. He always said the hardest game of a long road trip is the first game home, because especially now, think about it. You go on a road trip and you get an itinerary. Bus time is at this time, meetings at this time, breakfast served here. You got treatment at this time. You've got workout at this time. Then all of a sudden, nighttime. And your schedule is so mandated. Everybody tells you where they got to go. You're off at 4:00. You're good till the next morning at 10 o'clock, but you got to be there. You get home now, it's on your time. Okay, you got practice at 10. We'll see you at 10 whenever you show up. But then all of a sudden, you haven't seen the kids. You haven't seen the wife. You haven't seen the girlfriend. You haven't seen the parents that have come to town for the holidays.
You don't have clean laundry.
haven't paid your bills. You got to catch up on all this stuff. And, then all of a sudden you go, hey, you went on a 401 road trip. And then every time you go to the grocery store, everybody's, anyway. And it takes you out of that structured, almost like the Baton Death March. Go. You're going like this on the road. Good teams on the road, honest to God, are this. And then also you get home, it's like, you're doing
hitting the club,
and all of a sudden, or the club or whatever,
your friends, or
girlfriend you ain't seen for a week, and you're like, hey, baby, cue the Barry
You're
White.
having relations.
And so all of a sudden you go, and like we just said a while ago, I asked you if you're tired physically. No, but you are mentally. And all of a sudden you go to the game, and the Nuggets lost a horrible game the other night against New Orleans
yesterday. You can believe it.
And and I thought they played hard. But you can see mentally, all of a sudden all these turnovers are going, passes, lazy passes, stand around. Oh, you get the rebound. No, you get it. Mikey will get it. He likes everything. and your mind quits. And I'm telling you, and I've said this before, and hopefully the longer you and I get to do this, I'd love talking more about this. But the biggest part of great athletes. And let's you and I, as fast as we can, let's name off in the next 15 seconds the greatest athletes we've ever saw. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Michael Jordan.
Okay, Wayne Gretzky.
John Elway.
Mario Lemieux.
Kobe Bryant.
Let's go with Peyton Manning.
Isaiah Thomas.
Tom Brady.
You said Mario Lemieux. Do you say Wayne Gretzky?
Mario Lemieux. Yeah, we got all that.
Well,
Keep going, though. It doesn't matter.
Joe Sakic. Joe Sakic.
Hi, guys. Joe Sakic,
Patrick
Joe
Wall.
Dumars, Peter Forsberg.
Patrick, Edwin Moses.
Yes.
We can go on other fields.
Terrell Davis.
Terrell
Shannon
Davis.
Sharp.
All these different guys, different athletes were at this kind of level. Listen, Shannon Sharp couldn't lift any more weights than anybody else. Terrell Davis couldn't run faster than anybody else. So what puts them to another level? It's because mentally, when everybody else is saying they're saying, no, I'm going to give me some.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with us as we get older. Man, I'm gonna go walk today. I gotta walk to get exercise, and you end up going because your mind says you're tired. You ain't tired. Get up off the couch. Come on, dog.
Well, so I always thought that's interesting. Next time you see a rough performance, maybe think about that, because honestly,
I'm telling you, it's all mental.
Well, and I've noticed it ever since you pointed it out. It's always that first home game back, no matter. And the Rockies fall victim to it too.
Yeah, absolutely, they do it all the time. How many times the Rockies game? I kept track of this for a while. On the day that they're playing a game where they're flying out to go somewhere else. Like they'll play because we used to Dave and I on the radio we'd say, hey, good, we got only an hour and a half show. They win 3 hours tonight, and the next day they play in an hour and 15 minutes. You're like, what?
It's a swing. Roger Bailey has confirmed swing at as many pitches as swing away, try to get it done. Let's get out of here.
The getaway days, and the Rockies have thrown away in their history. I'll bet you 70% of the getaway days that they've ever played. And to me, that's a mental thing. Go out and win those games. What if you got 25 getaway days and you can go 20-5 on a getaway day? Does that not help you?
Yeah.
Does that keep you from winning 71 games in a season? Come on, man. It's the sports is mental. Everybody's getting caught up with all these pretty boys. Let me ask this. If pretty boys wouldn't matter, why wasn't Boss Bailey all-world?
Thank you. Although he was a pretty good player.
No. Was he in Denver?
No.
But how'd he look?
He looked good. Oh, he was a part. What about our guy Trevor Price?
Right now, if I said right now, you could look like Boss Bailey or Bob Bell, who you going to look like?
Do I get a third option?
No. Boss Bailey.
Who am I playing like?
No, I ain't say playing. You just get to look.
Well, I look like Boss Bailey.
Oh, that's
sorry, Bob.
I'm saying.
I know, Bob. Hey, Bob, you were close.
I
thought about it, Bob.
Hey, listen, he was second all city quarterback in high school.
Good enough.
Had one high school in the city.
Yeah. Well, you can't enter the race if something. I don't know. The horse isn't there. I don't know what it is, but.
Okay, are you ready for our 2-minute drill?
Were you done with your message about the
you know
athlete?
what? Here's my message, boys and girls. Here's my message. Quit getting caught up in, he looks like this, or she looks like this, or they look like this, or we look like this, and start breaking down the mental side. All these people go, well, on Tuesday nights, whenever they shoot the 3-point time.
You're not a fan of the next-gen stats?
Come on, man. Dude, games are won and lost 90% of the time in all sports because the mentally stronger team wins. That's it. That's why I feel, and this is all my opinion, I could be wrong, but I'm not. Why teams need great leaders. And that's what's missing on a lot of teams. What's missing with Denver right now, except for the ass, because I think that McKinnon is starting to go, okay, I'm good. Let me sit up and say a few things. I'm telling you.
Trust me, McKinnon's shown up and is like, here's the deal, guys.
He's telling Burakovsky to, hey, by the way, I've seen your shot. I've been watching film. You need to shoot more.
Right. Yeah. He's here to win some stuff. That's what I'm excited about that.
Right.
He's here to win some stuff.
Name a leader on any other sports franchise in Colorado right now.
No, I don't
Denver
disagree
right
with
now,
you.
that is at his level.
I think you're exactly right. Now, I will say we've had extremely limited sample size, but the fact that Drew Lock, did you hear what he said today about not being too cocky and trying to show the veteran guys, I'm not going to say anything until I step on the field. Once I've been on the field a little bit, now I'm going to try to.
Do you not? But does that?
But I like that.
But does that not say right there that he is going to be? that guy?
Well, that he doesn't have to be told to. See, here's the problem, and I didn't intend for us to go off on this, but we can get to something else in a minute. But here's the deal: we sit in the media and we talk too much about leaders. I coach, you coached. You know how it is. You can't appoint anybody a leader. They either stand up and they lead, or they don't.
They don't got it.
And if they don't want to do it, because that's the problem. There's too many guys like Von Miller. I love Von Miller. Von Miller doesn't want to get up on you all the time. I've heard stories of Von trying to get guys to do extra stuff. How about that? Trying to get guys to do extra stuff. One of them's out of here right now, and they just said, no, I'm good. And Von doesn't have it in him to come back and say, no, you're going to come with me, and we're going to do the extra workout because I'm better than you, and if I'm going to do it, then you can do it. Right?
I have a line. No, I agree. And that's a guy that's probably lacks a little self-confidence, to be honest with you, if we were able to delve deep into Von Miller. But you hear guys all the time that go, I just want to lead by example. How many times have we heard that growing up? I want to lead by.
Sham Bailey used to say it all the time.
So, exactly. He was a great player.
Great player.
And sometimes great players don't need any leadership because of the middle side. They're tough enough. But let me ask you this. Everybody's listening. Andy's going to lead by example. What if I ain't watching?
Yeah.
What if you're leading by example, but I ain't watching? The guy they always said, well, he's the first guy in the locker room every morning. He gets in at 6 o'clock. I show up at 7:30. Do I know who the came in at 6 o'clock?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
Right? He's the last guy that leaves every day. At 5:30. I leave at 4:15. Do I know the last guy that leaves the building?
I'm going to tell you this, and this is where I think McKinnon's at. This is a Peyton Manning story for you. We're doing the Bronco Live show at Buffalo Wild Wings a few years ago. Now, this was 2014. It got even worse, as I understand, in 2015. But an unnamed Bronco player sat there with us and said it was their bye week, and this is in between the regular season and the playoffs. So it was the playoff bye week, 2014, right before the Colts game. Didn't go so well, but this is what they're lacking. I asked this player, what are you going to do with this bye week? And he goes, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to pick up a text from Peyton Manning, and I'm not going to listen to what he has to say. And the game ended the way that it ended. But Peyton would say, you're going to be in here, and we're going to do this, we're going to do X, Y, Z, and that's how it wasn't, hey, if you don't mind. It was simply,
no, you are.
Show your ass up,
yeah.
And here's what we're going to do. Because you know why? I'm going to the Hall of Fame. So you can either be in my
offense,
offense,
I want to win a
not.
Super Bowl.
And you and I both know, I think I'm comfortable revealing this. One of the reasons why Cody Latimer was out of the mix was Peyton didn't feel like he could trust him.
Yeah.
And guys knew it. Peyton didn't feel like he could trust you.
Still playing.
You weren't in. Yeah, well, he was a good kid.
Good kid, good
Peyton
athlete.
just didn't feel like he could trust him. So, you can either show up and Peyton can decide he can trust you, or you can have a week off and get eliminated by the Colts Let
me give you the one Cody Latimer story that I was told. I'm sure you know. That Peyton was on the bus going to a game or out of the game, and he had 3 or 4 receivers around him, and they were going over film, and they were looking at it. Cody Latimer was sitting right there going like this and not paying attention at all. Everybody else around the huddle. Once Cody Latimer said, I could give a flip, that Peyton Manning's telling all the other wide receivers what I want to do, and Cody Latimer's going, getting on his phone and doing this. That's the end. As long as Peyton Manning's around, that's the end of Cody Latimer. You heard the same story,
Look,
right?
man, I saw it in Cleveland where Cody ran one bad route on 3rd down. Cody didn't come back in the game. Manning threw it. Cody broke it off. It clearly was a deep ball by where the pass ended up. And Manning immediately was like, hey, what route were you running? Not the one I called.
Don't you want Drew Lock to be that guy coming up?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
They need someone, I'll just say it, they need someone that's an asshole in that locker room. They don't have anyone that's an asshole, right? Other than Chris Harris.
And beside Julian.
And I say that, and I say that in the right way. Chris, I love Chris. But Chris came up, and Chris was, I've been told one of Chris's problems with being the leader is Chris is too hard on him because he did live through Champ Bailey,
which
live through
which
Peyton
was the end
and
of
he did live through everybody.
which was what was said about the Rod Smith at the end of Rod Smith's career, who won a championship with John Elway and Shannon Sharp, and by the end of his career, when everybody else was just kind of doing this, Rod Smith was too hard, right?
Well, hey, look, I was told, our buddy Jeb Putzer told me one time, you want to know why Maurice Clarett was cut? Maurice Clarett was cut because Al Wilson, Rod Smith, and Tom Nalen went to Mike Shanahan and said, he's not one of us, get him out of here. And to Mike's credit, Mike was all right, fine. My leaders are talking, he's done. I mean, we found out about the old water bottle later on. But the players knew, again, the players knew who was working and who wasn't. I don't think there's enough of that in any of the locker rooms, right? You would know about the Nuggets.
Because they're all young guys. No. Listen,
but
they got talent. They've got the requisite talent. You could maybe add a piece here and there. They got requisite talent to be a contending team. But the one thing, in my opinion, that's holding them back is that vocal leader that says, F that guy, come follow me because we're going to run through this wall. And we're going to run through that wall, and at the other side is going to be a big shiny ring and a big giant parade, and everybody's going to love us. Are you ready to go?
That's what we're here for.
And money.
And football and whatever else would be fun. See, that's part of the problem is I don't think for the Broncos, tell me football's been fun for them at all the last 3 years.
It wasn't until the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it is now.
And I want to say
this. That might be the future.
Brandon Allen, to me, needs to get a little love. Because Brandon Allen showed that if you have a little bit of a mobile quarterback, Scangarella's got a little something. He was a perfect guy to wake us up. And I think, we talk about bridge guys. You know he was? The perfect bridge guy between
Locke and Flacco. I will say this. I thought Brandon Allen deserved the start against San Diego. I thought he deserved, after what he did in his first 3 games and the bad game in Buffalo, he deserved to come back and say, let me show you how I can bounce back. But you know what? By that time, I feel like I love John, but I feel like John was like, no, we're not going through this thing again. You're playing my guy.
Yeah, because if all of a sudden he goes back, they win San Diego and Brandon Allen's
quarterback.
No
right time. And I get it.
Then you don't have no right time.
Hey, it worked out. I was mainly worried about playing Locke in Detroit.
Okay, you ready for the South?
Let's get away from the South.
Let's go. The Southside Pizzeria 2-minute question. You ready?
I'm ready.
Do you like that? Is that all right?
Hit me.
Yeah, Mark and Chris like that. Here's my first question to you. Ready?
Yeah, give it to me.
How does a woman think?
I don't know, Scotty. On emotion.
I'm just going to give
you. Is that what you want?
Because you know,
what are we going to go?
You know everybody here, right now.
Sure.
We have
Hi, everybody.
It's our first studio. It's our first studio audience. So, Julia,
the other left. They didn't care. This is
our
second studio.
We scared that team out of there. When I went,
no, we had 3 tables in here. Check, they're all gone.
So we're sitting.
So when you're ready to close, we'll come in next time.
Yeah. We're sitting there having a pizza. And Bob, Julia's dad, and I, we're sitting there and we're just talking, and we're talking about, hey, look at the college football game. Hey, look at the conversation's here, and all of a sudden, hey, do you know so-and-so? Because he had this thing with this hoodie, and he did it, and now all of a sudden it's a big thing and blowing up, and it's going, and like this whole 5-minute story, and Bob and I are looking at her going, and I'm like, what the hell made you think about? I said, we weren't talking about – he was on Kimball, and I said, we weren't talking about Kimball. We weren't talking about hoodies. We weren't talking about – who was the guy even he was talking about? Something Moonlight.
What? The show?
Moonlight, yeah.
From the 80s?
No, that's Moonlighting.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. That's Bruce Willis. I thought
Bruce Willis
But even if it was Bruce Willis, where does this story cover? So I looked at it, I go, how do women think? And I'm like, where did that, Bob? Am I lying?
Do you want to give your angle? Were you bored with the story and you just wanted to change? It's all right if you do.
See that? Okay, so if silence at the table is that bad? Yeah. Okay. Okay, right there. We just got our answer.
Hey, look.
This is what we do on this podcast. How do women think? Silence is bad.
But sometimes silence is good, right?
No, not for women.
Not for you? You want me to yap on about something just because, look, man, sometimes it's done. And I got nothing left to say. Have you ever heard the Chris Rock bit about what happens when you've been married for more than 5 years? Where you come home and she's like, yeah, you remember? Yeah, I remember the time. What about, I remember the other time, too. Go get kidnapped or something. You need some new stories to tell me. I've heard them all. I know what happened. You went to work. She was a bitch. I got it. You hate her. You went to lunch, sat by yourself. You're miserable. Back to your job. They made you stay too long. The same guy cut out early. You're pissed at him. And your manager rode you about the same things he rode you about every other damn day of your life. And you know what happened to me? The same thing. I went and I did a talk show, and guess what? We disagreed about some stuff. We didn't agree about the other. He got annoyed about one thing. I got annoyed about some. We all made up. We went home, and that was it. Then I went to bed. I woke up. We did it all again. The kids went to school at 8 a.m., and it's midnight. We're still here. Just laugh. You know I'm right. We're all stuck in the same dang shit all day long.
Silence. Sometimes.
Well, then don't work me up.
Not Kimball.
Oh, it's Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimball.
Yeah. Kimball was, Richard Kimball escaped in The Fugitive.
He had one arm.
They were looking for the man with the fake leg.
He was a doctor. He was looking for the one-armed man, Jimmy
and
Kimball.
And the janitor from Scrubs tried to hunt him on the train.
And then all of a sudden, he jumped down.
And then Han Solo's in it, but the Millennium Falcon's nowhere to be seen.
And then he's looking for stuff in the jungle because he's a lost ark.
And then Vader's dead, but he's his dad.
All right.
What? Did you see Skywalker, by the way? And we're stone sober. Have you had any spoilers? Any at all? Is someone mad?
So
Just read a comment.
Who do you think will be the Broncos' number one free agent this offseason, not on the Broncos?
No, I don't know.
Can we sign
I haven't
or
even
that
looked.
they get rid of?
She's got to talk right into the mic.
I don't know.
You know what? Honest to God, seriously, we'll keep this down for prosperity because I have never heard that statement at home. I don't know. I have never, ever heard that statement ever. Let's keep that. All right, here, second question. You ready?
Okay, keep going.
All right, here we go. Christmas just over. Gifts and stuff like
Gifts
that.
are done, yeah. It's Boxing Day.
I just. Have you ever heard of the Christmas denial gift?
What?
It's a gift that you wear. It's a brand new sweater. Something. Hey, did you get that for Christmas? Oh no! I've had this. He walks in and he walks in with this brand new
I'm going to tell you,
hoodie.
it's right here. It's right
This
here.
is brand new. I mean, it's brand new. It's still got creases where it was folded. Hey, did you get that for Christmas? Oh no! I got this.
I bought
2
it
weeks ago at least.
I bought it for myself because I knew I wouldn't get it.
But no one wants to go like when you show up the day after Christmas, everything's brand new. Did you get it for Christmas?
No, look, I got no shame. I will show up in a whole dang new outfit.
So you don't Christmas denial?
I don't care at all. Did you give? Yeah, I got it for Christmas. Somebody actually
Now,
does damn like me. How about that?
Here's the funny thing. What did Julia say about the sweatshirt?
That it was too big. God bless you, because it's not. You got to hide things sometimes, guys. See, the big clothes is the way to go. You kids with your skinny jeggings that you're all wearing, so I know what religion you are and what kind of socks you're wearing. That's not the way to go. Nobody wants to see that. I thought the whole ass hanging out the back was bad. I'll take you showing me half your ass. I'll take a crescent moon and back over whatever the hell these pajamas are y'all are wearing in the damn stores. It's not Rockstar. What is that? Who came up with that? What dude said I want something so tight on me that I speak an octave higher? Who came up with that?
Bob Bell.
Bob? Yeah, Bob's making a face like, dude, that was your idea, Bob?
Yes, sir.
Is it like, they wear those...
Yeah, I don't know guys in skinny pants. Marlo's been wearing some skinny slacks lately.
By the way,
What about Grace?
can we get him on at some point? What's wrong with gray sweatpants?
What's wrong with Grace sweatpants?
Female audience.
It means we've given up and we don't care.
We've given up. Life.
Yeah.
Life has crushed us, and it's too late for us.
You know what? I did show up at work Monday. This is how you know it's near a holiday. I looked at myself in the mirror at the bathroom at one point. I'm like, I look like I'm about to go coach a damn lacrosse practice. I had the slick pants on. I had this ridiculous shirt. I had too much of the muffin showing. That's when I went and bought the big sweatshirt. You happy? What else you want to ask me?
Next question on the.
How big is the sweatshirt? Double XL, I'll have you know.
Southside Pizzeria, 2 minutes. Now, everybody here's got to be involved in this one.
We need to put a crowd mic out.
I know that, but
We'll
are
do
you
that next time.
Are you a true bourbon/whiskey drinker?
Come on.
Hold on,
Chris
hold
and Mark.
on.
Come
If
on.
You got to put candy in it to drink it.
Vermouth is not candy.
Vermouth and cherry.
Manhattan is one of the...
Diet Coke.
I've
Coca-Cola.
never had the Diet Coke.
Are you really a bourbon drinker?
You are.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
You're drinking candy with a little...
Dennis Leary said a long time ago that Manhattan's is what creates that look on an old guy's face. It's the whiskey face.
Dennis
From everything
Leary
you've
the
had to
last 20
drink.
years.
Yeah, I saw him at the Super Bowl last time.
Exactly.
He looked like my grandma.
The Super Bowl old
He was
celebrities
shooting that
go to,
rock star show.
Revive.
He had like his hair done up and all. I was like, you look like my grandma. He was one of my heroes, and he looked like my grandma.
I love Dennis Leary, but let's be honest. I mean, the Super Bowl is where they go to revive.
Why do you think that a Manhattan is not a real drink? I don't understand you.
I think that's candy. I think you drink candy. You keep telling me, let's go out and drink bourbon. Let's do a podcast about drinking bourbon.
The Manhattan,
so I keep ordering
the old-fashioned,
on
and for the Scotch drinker, the Rob Roy, they're like the 3 drinks you can make with the stuff. Otherwise, it's just rocks and water.
I'm not a bourbon drinker if I've got to make drinks. Bourbon is a drink. I drink bourbon.
See, this is the problem. You drink.
Chris, am I bad on this? Is that, I mean.
You're right.
Oh.
He is too, right?
Yeah.
Phil, any comments over there?
Straight up or nothing?
Straight. Well, he's even calling you out.
Well, I got on the rock. I have a rock. But let me tell you.
You're watering it down, aren't you? You know what I'm going to bring? You know what we're going to do to go hardcore? I got the 10th.
What, some cherries?
Listen, I got the 10th Mountain bullets that actually serve as chillers. I'm going to bring those, and we'll just use those.
That's fine with me.
There'll be no watering down the drink.
I have little metal ones at home I stick in.
And then you'll be all looking at the camera going, let me tell you another thing. You can't handle it that way.
Really?
Well, maybe.
Who are you now? Right?
Do we have any more questions? Because I got one for you. Yeah.
Yeah, Maurice.
What about him?
We're going to drink vodka.
It'll be the goose in it.
You know, here's a bad thing about
he's got to get his goose on.
Sometimes they pipe in when you don't want them to.
Yeah. Do we get a controller? Are we giving away tickets to this thing?
Yeah, we should, right?
We should give tickets that just beg you to show up. Here it is. Please come. Yeah, there you go. You're going to pay the audience? Pay the man. All right. Did you take your tree down? When are you going to take your tree down? I know. Are you doing the stock show thing?
Take it out the day after the stock show.
I got a buddy that's already got it out by the trash for the people tomorrow. Is that too quick?
Really?
A buddy, not me. Joe, you know you're watching.
You know, I feel like when they first celebrated Jesus' birth, that it probably
they waited for the wise men to show up. It's the Epiphany.
I don't think the wise men saw the birth. Here he pops out, and then all of a sudden they just left. I think they hung around a little bit longer.
Well, they had to go on a walk.
Well, they probably made sure Mary was okay.
Had to show up.
Joseph, they probably had plans. Like, listen, you've got.
So not the next day.
You got to probably hide him. You know, you got to do this different stuff. You know, Moses had to go on a little boat down the river.
Right.
I mean,
so not the next day.
I don't think the next day is. I think that is a person that is a fake celebrator of Christmas.
Did you get one? Did you get any presents that you had to fake?
Hold on.
Liking.
Here was my other question. Didn't write that. No, it was not fake liking. You know what I got? I got
Red Ryder BB gun.
No. I got the man present.
Yeah.
That I think women want to give a man, and they think, well, okay, they're going to be a little upset. We're like, if I give like a vacuum cleaner,
sure, that won't end well.
But he did.
And I did.
Yeah.
But he did.
But if I give a vacuum cleaner needed, that's a bad gift giver because I gave a vacuum cleaner.
right.
The household.
But she could give it to you.
No. So I got a workbench.
Right. Which does suggest
and in my head,
some stuff needs to get done.
No. In my head, though, I thought it was the greatest gift. The greatest gift I've had in maybe 25, maybe my life. I thought it was an unbelievable gift. I got a bullet press so I can start hand loading my own stuff. I thought it was the most. It shocked me, surprised me. I thought it was one of the. Yeah, I'll take a little bit more. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah, by the way,
she's
pregnant.
Good. Yeah.
When do you do?
Can't
Sarah?
have any. Yeah.
May 7th.
You want us to touch your belly on camera? Here, come around, Scott.
No. She's not pregnant yet.
Scott, Julie already. Go ahead. Come in a little closer. There you are. Go ahead. Okay, higher.
You're wearing.
Let's not aim for the belly button.
Got the pants on.
Yeah. Did you kill the Christmas music? So you still doing Christmas music?
No. So anyway, I got a workbench. Boom, and like I'm thinking for guys, they get something like that. I thought it was like I got like a shop light. I got like the bullet press I told you about.
Sure.
I got all these. And I'm thinking, I got a vac thing with a cordless.
Are you gonna? Yeah.
I thought it was the greatest gift I've ever got.
You gonna bring me like
it tomorrow.
I want a little wooden horse in like a week. I want you to whittle me something. Make something on the workbench.
I'm gonna make you something about that big, so I'm gonna make it. Here
Are
you
you,
go. That's number 2. Here you go.
Are you? It is a nice. Are you coming up with
about
projects now?
See Bob right here at workbench.
Yeah.
So
Well, Bob looks like he can use one. Bob looks like he knows his way around a workbench.
He's taught me a lot about
Yeah, I don't doubt it. How about you?
No,
you going to lose a finger with this workbench?
No, I'm building bullets.
That's it?
I might blow up. To start with. Yeah, I might blow an Achilles.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, so Julia buys a bench, takes it down there, carries the bench down there, and it's a framing. Then she cuts it open to put together. Wood does not come with it. So she goes, I thought it was kind of light. It said, these frames will be able to hold 1,000 pounds. She's carrying it down. She goes, I thought it was kind of light. So she calls up, Dad, I need 19 2x4s, like plywood, particle board, all these different. It's got 3 shelves or 2 shelves and a platform, 2 shelves above. But anyway, Dad, Bob, saved the day.
Did he put it together?
He built it.
Attaboy.
Because he can do that. And he had the tools.
Did it feel like old school? Look,
he's
giving us the baseball rub on the shoulder there.
Julia did say, I'm not lying. She goes, I did feel like it was kind of light when I got downstairs carrying it.
She's a weightlifter. She may.
I'm number 1.
She's laughing, though.
Yeah.
She got a good laugh out of
that. Hey, look,
that.
I have a real drink. Can I get you a little more sweet vermouth to put in yours?
Maybe.
Can we top this off with some sweet vermouth and a couple cherries?
All right. When are you getting rid of the Christmas music? By the way, do you have any bands coming to town you want to listen to? So I got 3 concerts. Here's why I asked.
Five Finger Death Punch is coming back to Red Rocks this summer.
All right, well, good.
I have a Christmas present. So Five Finger Death Punch. I'm going to go back and see them.
Yeah.
There was somebody else coming that I want to go see.
So I got like 3 bands coming, right?
Well, the Who's coming, but I don't know if I want to see them. I saw them back in mid-'80s.
Who? The Who?
The Who. I mean, magic buses.
Yeah. So, see, that's a topic.
Here's Roger Daltrey. He's got his labrum torn. He can't do the whole windmill thing.
You're going to get people so mad. Hey, it's at Scott Hastings on
Hey, I love the Who.
At Scott Hastings on Twitter.
Look, see this?
Yeah.
Classic rock. That's classic rock. What?
Yeah.
Oh, Pete Townsend. Yeah. Magic Bus.
See, in fairness, I skipped Metallica and Guns N' Roses that last time through. They didn't come together. I did see them together in the 90s. That was epic.
Not really Guns N' Roses.
No, they're all back together. They all got back together because they needed the money. So they got back together. Axl got tired of playing with the guy that wears the Kentucky Fried Chicken Buckethead. But aren't you worried about, I didn't go to Metallica because I don't want to see James only hitting half the notes. Things have changed when they start going down and things that they used to really hit the high notes on. I don't want to see 3/4 version of yourself. I want the real show. Once you've seen them in their prime, is it not hard to...
Well,
have you seen Def Leppard lately?
I saw The Who at an outdoor venue in Atlanta, Georgia, in like 84, 5, 6, somewhere in there. And it was their last farewell tour. They've done like 4 other farewell tours, and here it is, 2020, and they're still touring. I'm like, wait, 84? It's 30 years ago. I thought it was final tour in 80s.
Jeff Legwald calls that the tax bill tour. They get a
bill
large
tour.
tax bill. Hey, one more time.
But there ain't one of us with the grew up in the
80s,
60s, 70s, even probably early 80s. That if Led Zeppelin said, "Hey, they're going to do one tour together," that every one of us would try to go, and whether they could sing or play or not, those things, seriously, they'd sell out every stadium in America if they went.
All right,
and don't you think?
Yeah, I'm sure. People love nostalgia. Last time I saw
nostalgia is one of the great rock and roll bands of all time.
I don't disagree.
Get off
look, man, one of you guys is dead, so that tour ain't happening.
Let me ask
Bonham's gone.
Earth ends tomorrow, and all of a sudden the creatures of humanity survive. A handful of us would come back. We going to remember Led Zeppelin or Blink 182?
Probably both.
No, because you aren't going to be here.
Why am I not
Are we
going
going to remember the refreshments? Are we going to remember I love the refreshments, and you know that.
Jim Dalton, don't listen to him. I'm sorry, Jim. He's
I'd like to meet you because I turned him.
It ain't happening now. It ain't happening now.
Hey, now tell the truth. Did I not turn you on the refreshments?
No, I got to. Come on now.
No, I turned you on back when we were on the zoo. I said,
No,
dude,
in college, or you were drunk.
You
have had too much of that.
You were our intern, and all of a sudden I came in one day
in
with
'96, Banditos came out, and everybody in the world knew that song.
Except you, which I turned him on to.
My gosh,
and he may lie, but I turned him on to you guys at the refreshments. Hey, we can get him on the show.
We will, if he likes you.
Refreshments. Yeah,
Bob doesn't like that either. The refreshments, like you're drinking.
Hey, Bob,
right
what do you
now.
think of Tom Petty?
Sucks.
He's dead.
That's all the time we got out.
hey.
Yeah, that is all the time. That is really all the time that we have.
Bless his heart, he's dead, but Bob.
Bless his heart.
Yeah,
He's dead.
bless his heart. Yeah. Hey,
Bob's turned into grandma.
Yeah.
Bless his little heart.
Thank God he's dead. Because Bob Dylan. Come on now, Bob Dylan is kind of. When he's sort of the early version of this rap they got going on now, where it's just there's a lot of rumbling and I don't really know what you're saying. Come on, man. Who knew what Bob Dylan was saying? I know all you hippies around here want to defend Bob Dylan, but what the hell was he saying?
Well, listen, if you smoked weed, you could. Oh, you just said it's time to go. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the what is it?
The Zoo Crew ZRC.
Have you
noticed the ZCR?
Have I been sporting the Zoo
You
Crew,
have.
the old
I
Zoo
gotta
Crew
find
jacket?
mine. I can't find mine.
You don't care.
I do care.
I
knew he would say that.
And last question: why does your microphone have the condom and mine doesn't?
Because you don't know where I've been, but I'll give it to you here.
Oh,
Here.
yeah. Listen, unless you're going to hang it on the bedpost, I don't need it.
Isn't that a Sugar Ray song?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. She's like, who?
Okay, Scotty's going on a 10-game road trip. No, a 10-day road trip. It's not baseball. And whenever he's back, we'll do another. Although we do have a funny plan. Just tune in. Tune in next week to see how we get around Scott's absence. He'll be here, but it'll be creepy. Good night.